I'm joined by Adam, a longtime friend and a longtime business partner. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you, Andre. Great to be here.
Excellent. We're going to be talking through the journey that you've been through with Autopilot and getting to the Azure Marketplace, some of the challenges that you had, some of the reason behind that, as well as some of the successes you've seen with that, especially because of that Teams integration. I'm looking forward to get into it, but let's start at the start. Tell us a bit about yourself, Adam, and about Autopilot.
So yeah, Autopilot is a workflow solution. We founded Autopilot in 2014 as a workflow solution, Azure-based. We were early adopters into Azure, and then the natural progression from that was move into the Azure Marketplace and then into Teams.
Brilliant.
In terms of Autopilot itself, we handle internal workflows within organizations, so help clients to automate processes in the HR space. So for example, leave requests, in the finance space, CapEx requests, PO requests,
nice.
IT support requests, any internal processes that clients want to automate,
right.
We handle that. And then another big part of the business is assisting companies with onboarding.
Right.
The onboarding of new customers, new employees, and new vendors, and really streamlining that process, both for the company and for the new vendor, employee, or customer being onboarded.
Brilliant, eh? And we found that to be extremely valuable, especially with us mostly working in a distributed fashion, where you could walk over to the desk of someone and say, please approve this for me. Oh, there's this onboarding for this new employee. Now it really has to be driven through a place like Teams where we're living and breathing in, right?
Absolutely. And we found that quite interesting, as you say, a lot of people used to be, and to be honest, still walking around with either a piece of paper or, sending PDFs around or sending documents around for approval.
Right.
Whereas now to consolidate those into one place has been exceptionally valuable for our clients.
Fantastic.
So when you're collaborating within Teams, when you're having Teams meetings and so on, you can then be approving requests or submitting requests.
Brilliant. And let's go back to the start of your journey. You mentioned where you've ended up is in Teams and having access to a global audience, but that was, I guess, some of the reason why you wanted to take this amazing app and set of apps you've built and expose them through the marketplace. Share with us a little bit about that decision making, why you initially wanted to.
So initially, our exposure was through our own website, through organic growth and so on. So the logical next step was to move into the Azure Marketplace and to AppSource.
Right.
But then our Teams collaboration, it was just such a logical fit,
right.
due to the fact of, that strategically it works really well for Microsoft.
Right.
But for our clients to have a one-stop shop has been been really critical for us.
Absolutely, yeah. And as you've explained, you wanted to go into the marketplace. That was an access for you to the rest, and on top of that, you then put the Teams integration, which is how they found you. We were chatting before we got started here about what a difference that made to you. So that marketplace was ultimately your commercial and contracting engine that could give you access to this global client base, but Teams was actually the big accelerator about how customers actually found you. Can you expand on that a bit for us?
No, 100%. I mean, to be honest, the majority of our leads now are coming directly from within Teams.
Brilliant.
Teams having such a broad reach,
right.
And people searching for either for us directly or for productivity tools or for workflows and so on.
Right.
So the majority of our leads come directly from within Teams, and then we move for the contracting side, as you say, over into AppSource. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's where we started some of our journey together, was that initial integration, looking down at the requirements to integrate both technically to do the onboarding and orchestration, but also the commercial agreements and contracting, the IP co-sell and Microsoft partner requirements, the approval steps required to become Mac eligible. There's quite a bit of acronyms that you need to get familiar with in that Microsoft space. And that's really where we felt Stactize would be a good solution for Autopilot to streamline that process and take care of some of those hurdles. What was your experience like in working with the team to get onboarded onto Stactize for Autopilot?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to sit here now. We've got 2 apps live within the team store, and we'll launch 2 more tomorrow. And it's easy to sit back here and think, oh, it was an easy road, but it was incredibly tough. It was all the acronyms, all the processes that you mentioned earlier. It was incredibly tough. So to walk that road with you and your team has been vital for us. I don't think we would have. It would have taken us a lot longer, and I would have had a lot more grey hairs if I tried to do it myself. So yeah, it's been an incredible journey, just walking this road together, figuring out things that would have taken us ages to work out. You guys had the answers and so on. Exactly. So it's been vital for us. We wouldn't have tried it on our own, I wouldn't say.
That makes sense, eh?
Yeah.
And as you said, it was some time ago. You've already got 2 live, and I think, as you said, 2 going tomorrow. I think 2 are approved and going live, which is fantastic news. But if you think back to that journey, the real journey is we always distill it down to our 3-step process, to make light of it. But there's quite a bit involved in those steps. But in going through those 3 steps, it's really first onboarding you as a partner. What does that mean for you? Getting your interface with Microsoft set up through Partner Center. And then really that marketplace enablement as step 2, making sure that on the back of your partner setup, that the listing of Autopilot, the vendor onboarding, employee onboarding, was set up in such a way that it gave you the maximum opportunity within Microsoft, being IP COSA, being Mac eligible. And then last but not least, that technical integration. And that's really where Stactize came in, to take care of that seamless integration between Marketplace and your solution. And that 3-step process we've been able to repeat with you, of course. We helped develop that with you. So as you said, you were an early adopter, and extremely grateful for that. But now we're helping many other partners go through that same journey to take away all of that pain, as you shared. And what are some of the benefits that you're seeing now that you're live and your Teams app is there and you're getting some of the leads? What are some of those differentiators that stand out for your solution being in Marketplace that you can't do directly? Some of that procurement process, perhaps.
Yeah. So I mean, from the word go, I mean, just being live and getting the leads and so on that I mentioned has been amazing. Right. Secondly, just having the co-branding, and a lot of clients have said to us, well, if you're good enough for Microsoft, you're good enough for us. Right. Because of that, I think people know the stringent process that we've spoken about now, that we have to go through to be live. Right. That clients, it almost gives them some reassurance that Microsoft have done their vetting, have done their testing on us, and that we are credible. So having that has been amazing. But then subsequently, once clients want to engage further, they can contract directly with Microsoft, so they don't have to onboard us as new vendors and so on. So it's a seamless process. We can give them a demo within Teams. They're happy with that. They can purchase directly through Microsoft. So it's just making the customer journey as seamless as possible.
Fantastic.
In this day and age where everyone is so busy, they just want a seamless process. And that's what this whole collaboration gives us.
Very much so. And reflecting on our own journey, where Stactize came in the first place was we wanted to list our own solution, OneView, in the marketplace, and found the same things you were looking ahead to and saying, well, how are we going to do this? And that's what really, let's say, created the need for us to create this Stactize service and solution, so that other partners like yourself didn't have to go through the same thing that we went through 2-3 years ago. So that was the original idea behind it. And we also experienced what you shared, that we had an idea that we would be able to procure or make our solution available globally, and that's happened. Customers from Australia have signed up, from the UK, from Europe, from the US have signed up, and that we wouldn't have had that in our mind had we not been in Azure Marketplace.
Absolutely.
For now, I think we're happy. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us. We're looking forward to launching many more solutions with you, and we wish you all the success. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you for your time, and great to catch up.
Absolutely. Thank you.